in the live. And yeah, I think we are on YouTube. So let's start. Um, Good evening, YouTube. We are here for another English immersion. My name is Warley, and the topic for today is tired of scrolling, you might have brain rot. So we're gonna talk a little bit about this dynamic to use social media, scrolling, and all these short contents in a general way. But before starting exactly, I would like to explain a little bit about Talk and Talk, so you that are watching us on YouTube can understand how this dynamic and how this immersion works. So in a general way, Talk and Talk is a conversation platform for beginner, intermediate, and advanced speakers. It's not so mandatory or important your level in English. The main idea here is to focus on the conversation. So this is not a regular class. I definitely not a English teacher. The focus here is to develop your fluency and your confidence as well. So the main idea is to focus on the conversation. So that's the idea. And besides English, we have other language here on the platform, like Spanish, French, and Italian, I guess. And you can see all of that on the Talk and Talk website, okay? So with that in mind, I think we can go to the introductions, and after that with the questions, and I will split us in rooms, okay? So, Lucas, can you please introduce yourself first?
Sure. Good evening, guys. My name is Lucas. I'm 39 years old. I live in Campinas, São Paulo. I'm married. In my free time, I enjoy reading health self books like The Power of Habits, drink black coffee, no sugar, and watching soccer games. My goals here on Talking Talks is I want to improve my speaking skills. That's it. That's it. Thank you.
Amazing, thank you, Lucas. And what about you, Márcio? Can you please introduce yourself first?
Sure. Good evening again, everyone. I'm Márcio Romualdo. I'm 43 years old. I'm married. I have three daughters. I am a security network specialist and I'm graduated in computer network and MBA in um, architecture and infrastructure IT. Um, I'm here in Talking Talks since February this year. My goal here is to improve my English, my proficiency English, my comprehensible listening, and my uh, speaking too. Uh, Outside this course and my job, I love traveling with my family, spend time with my family, with my daughters, play video games, play another games. I love go to the gym, work out, run on the street, on the park. Um, I love read good books too, watching good series, good movies. That's it, Ali.
Amazing, amazing. And what about you, Aleph? Can you please introduce yourself first?
Hello, everyone. I'm Alf Gomes. I'm a software engineer. So I'm 31 years old. I'm married. I hold a degree as a software uh, systems of internet and an MBA of agile software engineer. So I like to read books. I'm really reading Nothing More to Tell. Uh, I play soccer, BKJ, and play bass. And I love to stay with my family and spend time with them. I think so.
Nice, nice. And what about you, Karina? Can you please introduce yourself first?
Yes, good evening, everyone. My name is Karina. I joined Talk and Talk in January this year. I I live in Minas Gerais, in a small city next to Viçosa in Ponte Nova. I graduated in environmental engineering, but I work as a marketing specialist since 2019. Nowadays, I am working from home to a company based in São Paulo. And I live with my mom and my fiance, plus my dog Campeiro. In my free time, I like to go for a walk with Campeiro, and we don't have a lot of things to do here in my city because it's very, very small. But I love go to the cinema. And next week, I am going to São Paulo, so I think I will enjoy a lot to do things that I cannot do here, and that's it.
Amazing, amazing. And what about you, Giovanni? Can you please introduce yourself first?
Yep. I'm Giovanni. I'm 26 years old. I'm software engineer as Alex. And today I'm working in United Kingdom, and I'm here to improve my English and my communication skills because I need a lot to to okay speak in English and um interact in English with my teammates, and yeah, that's it.
Awesome, awesome. And what about you, Fabio? Can you please introduce yourself first?
All right. My name is Fabio Lima. I'm 27 years old, and I'm from Salvador, Bahia. And I'm a graphic designer, but I work to the art director, and I have about 8 years of experience. And I'm starting to learn English for the new job opportunity. And my English level it's somewhere around A1, A2. Uh, please become I understand almost everything you say, and this is it.
Amazing, amazing, Fabio. And what about you, Felipe? Can you please introduce yourself
Hi
first?
guys. Yes, sure. And good evening. My name is Felipe Lira. I am 46 years old. I live in Recife. I'm married. I work in information technology as well, like some friends here. I'm a networking engineer. I'm here in talking talk to improving my English mainly. Sometimes I need to interact with partners and customers, and that's it for now.
Amazing, amazing, guys. About me, as I said before, my name is Warley. I'm 26. I live in Recife also. I work with IT as a project manager, and I'm here on Talk and Talk since 2022, I believe. I have started as a Spanish host to develop my Spanish and to practice that actually. And nowadays I'm focused more on English. I'm here since I'm here as a English host since last year, 1 year and a half maybe. And I like to learn language. I like to run. I'm trying to develop my habit to reading as well. And yeah, I think that's all about me. So guys, I will split us in two rooms, okay, to the conversation going better. Maybe 3 or 4 people in each room. So let me see here, just a second, and we can start the conversation. Let me see. Okay, and let me guess the others one. Fabio, I believe that you are gonna need to accept the invitation on both device, on your cell phone and the other, but I will do to both here, but you are need to accept on both, okay? But I think it should be okay.
Okay.
So let me just delete the first room. Yeah. So before to split in the rooms, just a reminder, the focus here is the conversation. Please don't correct the other, it's not needed. Be kind with the others as well. The idea is to develop and to learn with all of you. Okay, so in 40 minutes maybe, or maybe I will bring you back to the main room and we're gonna end the conversation. Okay, so the ones that receive the invitation, please accept that, and I see you soon. And yeah, I have opened the rooms, so let's start. The ones that didn't receive the invitation will be here with me, so Felipe, Karina, and Márcio. Okay. So, okay, let's go to the first question, and we can start. As I said before, the topic for today is about brain rot. So we're gonna talk a little bit about this topic, how we handle with technology, maybe social media, short videos, and all this quite of content. Okay, so let's move on. The first question, how can social media affect the way we think and focus, in your opinion? What do you think, Karina? Let me see about you.
It's really difficult to have focus nowadays because of the cell phone, I think, because for example, I feel like I have to see a lot of things at the same time in my cell phone, and I don't have patience to watch a video, a long video, for example, and I just scroll my cell phone and consume a lot of information, but it's not good information because I am not learning something from that. I'm just want to, I don't know, to see what the others are doing and see silly things in my cell phone and don't think. And sometimes I experience that this is affect the way I communicate, I use the words and how I speak, because I am using less my brain to focus and to learn new things, because I am spending a lot of time just doing nothing and watching silly things. So it affects a lot my focus.
Yeah, I agree with you a lot, and it's quite of a train that you have on your brain. It's like you are training your brain to always seek on what's new, this quite of short content and this gratification, you know. So that's a complicated thing that you need to deal when you are using social media. And in a general way, do you notice that you have more problem to concentrate on other activities that you need concentrate because of that, for example?
Yes, because I feel the necessity, for example, when I'm working, to watch a video on YouTube at the same time. So it's like I cannot do just one thing, like pay attention in one thing. When I'm doing the dishes, I watch a video. So it's two things to pay attention at the same time, and this is very bad for me, I think, because when I have to pay attention, I have to do just one thing. It feels strange for me, like I cannot focus.
Yeah, it happens a lot with me, and in my opinion, when you are doing a manual activity, it's okay, you know, when you are doing the dishes, for example, that's okay if you are watching a video or listening music or something like that, because it's like a manual activity, and you don't need to pay attention on this activity, you know, wash the dishes, for example, or clean the house and all this stuff. But if you are trying to reading and you are at the same time watching a video, that's a problem, you know. Or if you are trying to reading and you are checking the notifications, so that's a a point that doesn't make sense. For example, when I'm trying to reading, if I'm with my cell phone with the notification on, it's a really problem. I can't concentrate on reading, and it happens a lot with other activities. And I think when we focus a lot on this quite of short content on social media, scrolling, all this stuff, we train our brain to do that, to focus on multitasking, to focus on this gratification activities and all this stuff. And that's a real problem. Uh, in the long run, it's a big problem, But what do you think about that, Felipe? Let me know your opinion.
Yeah, in general, social media has a lot of the random content, about the different content at the same time. So it's not so good to focus. So because of that, I think the social media should be only for fun, for example, no? You have some times to social media and that's it. And it's my opinion because I have a lot of problem with social media. Uh, if I don't control my time, I spend a lot of time in scroll screen, a lot of content, and it's affect a lot the way we think, because we have a lot of content and you see the other people is saying, doing, it's not so good for our life, I think that's it.
Yeah, that's a interesting point. And in a general way, how do you handle with this point? How do you control yourself to don't do that, for example? Because for me, it's quite of hard when I work a lot on a day and I need to just having fun, and I go to the Instagram and I go to this quite of social media to just relax, and sometimes it's difficult to stop that, because it's also a fun moment, How do you handle that?
Yeah, I have the same problem with you. I need to control more my time using Instagram, for example, because there are a lot of interesting things as well, no? But it's consume time, and it's my time is precious, because I need to study a lot of things, and the things more useful for me, not only the news ads and silly things like Arina said.
Yeah, that's a point. It's a good point. And what about you, Marcio? What do you think about that?
Um, Oh, I totally agree with you guys, with your opinions. Um, I agree with this expression, brain hot. It's a strong expression, my opinion, but it's true in my opinion. Imagine the scrolling cause the addiction. Okay, the environment, the behavior addiction. So, for example, today I have a good experience because I started in my new job. Okay, nowadays presential jobs in a bank. Imagine I stay all day long reading many docs, many compliance features, and I in that moment I feel fault the the scrolling the Instagram, for example. I perceived in that moment a trigger, okay? Many triggers in my mind, triggers the scrolling. Guys, it is not good, okay? I'm fight to change my habits for good habits, okay? For example, when I stay on the bus, I stay watching series in English with subtitles in English. Okay, I I have this opportunity to train my listening. Okay, I don't lost more time with social medias, for example. Okay, sometimes I access Instagram because I perceived this expression. It's true, guys. It's very important you fight with your habits because uh, it is very dangerous for your mind. Okay, imagine we are here training our English. Okay, all the guys in this class, in this room, um, have a goal to speak English better. Okay, so imagine how much time do you lost in a social media per day? So a lot of time, I imagine. So in my opinion, the social media affect directly your focus totally, and yeah, I believe that produces another sides the your brain, in my opinion. That's it, Harley.
Yeah, you brought two interesting points, and I agree a lot with that because uh, this use is like an addiction and can be an addiction, because when you are using this quite of social media, this quite of feature of scrolling and scrolling, you release a lot of dopamine, and that makes sense a lot. And you can be like addicted to use that, you are trying to actually you are training your brain, your mind to use that a lot, and you create this habit, it's a bad habit. So that's one point, and I agree a lot. And the other one is related to what you said about to be here, focus on English, for example, and compare that with using social media or some short videos and all this stuff. I think you all agree with me that's pretty complicated and it's not easy. It's hard to be here for 1 hour, speak 100% in English, and we can't be here, I think you are with me because it's uncomfortable and it's difficult. We made a lot of mistakes speaking English, and we are exposing ourselves to do that, And when you compare just the hours, 1 hour to speak in English and to be here with 4 hours to use in social media, for example, it's quite of an unfair comparison, it's pretty easy to do 1 hour of English if you think about just the hours, then be 4 hours on Instagram, for example. But this comparison is unfair because it's pretty complicated to focus here, to be here, focus on the conversation, and compare to just sit down and scrolling all the time on social media, So as you said, we need to fight against that. It's not easy. It's not easy to be here 9 p.m. at Thursday speaking English and trying to learn. I couldn't be like sit down and just scrolling, But we need to fight against that. It's not easy, but it's important, And yeah, all the habits are difficult to create, in my opinion, but we need to try. Uh, we need to focus on this battle, in a general way. So let's move on to the question number 2. In your opinion, should people take irregular breaks from social media, and why or why not, in your opinion? And do you do that, for example? So let me know, Marcio, about you. What do you think?
Uh, for me, yes. Um, it's good you make this exercise. I recommend it for you guys. For example, log off your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your Facebook, and another social medias, okay? X, and stay without social media for one day, 2 days, 1 week. 2 weeks. It's good. It's very good for your brain. It's a good clean because you have the opportunity to change your habits. Okay, focus in another things. Read a book, for example, or make another exercises in your life because um, our brain it's trainable, okay? So depends your routine. Sometimes it's necessary the types the behaviors in our life because our brain tends have a tendency the uh, addiction, né? Addiction in dopamine, okay? And social medias offer a lot of dopamine for us. So this is my opinion, Arlen. I recommend it. I make this without Instagram, Facebook for one month and a half. It's good, very, very good.
And it's easy for you to do that, for example?
Yes, see, easy.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. And what about you, Felipe? What do you think?
Yeah, if the social media is not part of your job, I think we can take a regular break. We know that social media have good content as well, like for example, English content, technical things, and tendencies in the future. The social media uh, doesn't have bad things, but we need to filter what is good and what is not good for you. And I think we should take a break or only use the social media for fun, some minutes per day, things like that. That's it.
Yeah, you brought an interesting point because if you use the social media to work, uh, it's harder, because
Yeah,
you need to use that. It's not so easy to just log out and okay, it will be okay. You need that for working. In my opinion, you can control your social media even if you work with that, but it's more complicated. But if you don't work with that, if it's not part of your job, of your job life, um, it's more easier. It's easier, it's not easy exactly, but you can do that because uh, you don't need to be there all the time, so you can take a break, for example, for 1 week, some days, 1 month, I don't know. So it's an important point, and you need to handle that. But what do you think, Karina, about that? What's your opinion?
I cannot give this advice because I don't do that. And it's difficult for me because it's automatic. Just I see my cell phone in it's not like I want to go to the social media. I just go. I addictive to it. I just want to feel good, and it's dangerous because I use a lot to shop online, and this is two things that get you to pleasure. There is buy something new and scroll and see new things, and I think it's a danger combination because I used to use this a lot in my cell phone, and this year I put a notification in my cell phone in my Instagram to notify me when I reach 15 minutes a day on it, but I am not respecting that because it's very hard for me. Like I have I have to be more, I don't know, have more discipline to respect that. If I put a limit, I have to respect the limit and not using a lot or much more, because when I see the notification, I think just one more minute, and that goes, and I use much more than I planned to.
Yeah, I feel you because it happens with me a lot. I use an app on my device that control this point of time of use, social media and a lot of apps, and I put like an hour for per day to use Instagram, and it blocks me when I achieve this time. But it's so easy to just put more 30 minutes or 1 more hour and all this stuff, and it's complicated to respect this point, as you said. And yeah, it's not so easy. I try to control that. I use a strategy to use less the Instagram. For example, I have another account that is not related to my friends and all this stuff. I just use that to follow people that I need to to follow the content, and people that share some information and some contents on Instagram, and it helped me a lot. But in the start of that, it was difficult, because you have this feeling of FOMO, that fear of missing out of what's happened with my friends. So I try to log out of my personal account and in the weekdays, and I go and log in again in the weekend. So I try to do that. It helps me a lot. But in the second account, for example, I still use Instagram more than I should, like 1 hour per day or something like that. And it's complicated. It's complicated. But nowadays, I believe that I change the content that I consume, so it's a better content. But it's still difficult to don't use the reels, for example, the short content. So it's complicated. But Karina, in your opinion, what do you think is the biggest benefit of taking a break, for example? What do you think it will happen when you take a break of social media?
Mm, I feel less anxious when when I take a break, because when I use the cell phone a lot in a day, I think my mind become, I don't know, confused somehow, and I start to thinking a lot of things at the same time, and I even could not rest at the night because I still scrolling until, I don't know, midnight, and I cannot sleep well, I don't know. And when I take a break, I feel more peaceful, if it makes sense. I don't know, I feel less anxious.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I agree with you. I think it helped a lot on the anxious point. And in my opinion, when you take a break, and it happened with me, uh, you you realize that you don't need to focus on the others' lives, and you are not missing anything. You this feeling of FOMO, it's a true thing, because you feel that a lot when you are trying to take a break, for example. But after some times, and after some weeks, for example, you realize that it's the world will be the same. The people will be the same, and that's okay. We are not missing out something, you know. So in my opinion, it happened with me, and it's a thing that happened a lot, you know, with people. But as I said before, it's not a easy thing to do, and it's quite of complicated. But we need to try that, you know. So I think we can jump to the question number 5. Let's see. Must we completely avoid short videos and memes, or is there a balance? What do you think about that, Felipe?
Which question?
Question number 5.
Fine. It's a balance for me. Like I said before, I think you need to control your time using the social media because there is good things there, you know. It's for fun, it's good. Meme is good. To keep it updated as well about the things that happened around the world. It's good. Like everything in your life, you need to have balance, you know, what to do. That's it.
Yeah, exactly that. And in a general way, how would you define low quality content and high quality content, for example? How do you define this difference, you know, to use like social media for both things?
Like for example, dances, I don't know, dance. I don't like this kind of content, or they a lot of influencer that it's not so good. I prefer technical things, you know, or a subject interesting about the road, nature. That's it.
Yeah, I have asked that because for me it's not so easy to define what is a low quality content and a high quality content, you know, because I I should say that maybe high quality content is related to learn something, some content that are teaching you something. But a meme, for example, or a fun video, it's like a high quality content for me because it's like a fun moment that I need to relax, you know. So I believe we can generalize this point at this time, but it's not so easy to define. Maybe one concept is high quality content is a content that you maybe will learn with that and you are gonna relax with that, and it's a a important content for you, you know, it has importance for you in a general way. But in my opinion, it's not so easy to define that. It's not so clear as we think, you know. But yeah, we
I
try.
think depend your flavor, no? Depend your
Yeah,
if you like
yeah,
this kind of content, it's this
pretty
content.
personal, right?
It's yes, exactly. It's personal. Is that?
Yeah, yeah, exactly that, exactly that. And what about you, Karina? Let me know your opinion about that.
Um, it's a balance for me too, because I work with marketing. So it's important to me to understand what the public is paying attention, what the public is talking about. So I have to follow this kind of thing. And everything on life, I think, is a balance. Depends on the moment because there is no uh, right or wrong because it's what makes sense for you. If you are trying to relax, it makes sense to watch something that is silly just to rest your mind and you don't have to think about it. And there is some moments that you have to learn and to study and to think, and you can consume a different type of topic or material.
Yeah, it's a good point. I agree with you. No, in a general way, we need to, always need to balance, you know, and in a general way, we need to filter this quite of content. And as I said before, you need to filter that about content that's important for you, you know. So it's a so personal thing, but in general way, we can define like that. But what do you think, Marcio, about this point? Let me know.
For me, it's a balance too. Uh, the difference between poison and pill, it's a dose. Okay, so depends dose. I don't know dose in English. It's correct. Dose. Just a second. A dose, yes, dose. Uh, because it's important to have a balance because there are many short videos funny. Okay, so depends. When Philip said the problem is because the short videos is a randomic. Okay, so there are a short video good, the another short video not good, etc. And it is stimulate your brain, scrolling, and share all the time the good short video, okay? Because this cause the addiction, cause the good sensation in your brain and a lot of dopamine because uh, the short video fix your brain in that content. It's very complicated, but it's possible. Do you have a balance? Okay. In my opinion, it's important make that exercise when I said before. Okay, it's important. You need seeing for your mind that you are on control. Okay, I have a control my attitudes. I have a control my decisions. Okay, so today I don't access, for example, Instagram. Okay, the Karina lives is different because it's the marketing digital, I imagine. So depends. If he doesn't work social media, it is possible. Okay, so take care because short video is very addictation.
Yeah, I agree with you. And even if it's difficult, you know, we need to try to control that. We need to handle that. We need to try to uh, replace a bad habit with a good habit. For example, like trying to read more and use less social media and all this stuff. So as I said, it's not easy, but we need to try to build this habit. You know, it's important. But okay, so I think we have time for one more question. So let me jump to the question number 9. In your opinion, what habits should people adopt to use social media in a healthier way? What do you think, Felipe, in your opinion? What's your opinion, actually?
It's like control. I think it's control the time, and watching good content, because uh, I don't know, man, there are a lot of bad things around the road, and you need to go around about the bad things. And social media, it's done for be happy, not for depression, things like that, I saw a lot of people compare ourselves with the life, the life, compare our life with the other people. It's social media is bad because that, I think we need to have intelligence to not compare ourselves with each other. That is
Amazing. And I remember now a point that Marcio was saying, and this is not just related to short videos, you know. You can learn something in a short video. I watch a lot of short videos that's funny and it's teachable and all this stuff, and you can learn something for a short video. It's not just a short video, but it's about the content on these short videos, you know. So as we talked before, you need to balance and you need to have this intelligence that Felipe said to use the social media, to not compare yourselves with others, for example, and try to consume a better content on even a short videos or on the social media in a general way. So you need to focus on that. You know, it's like a balance. It's like intelligence to filter the points. You know, and what about you, Marcio? What do you think?
Sorry, what's question?
The question number nine. Number nine.
Nine.
What habits should people
What
adopt to
habits
use
should
social
people
media
adopt?
in a healthy way?
Um, man, balance, né? Balance, it's a secret, in my opinion. It's important you take a new habits, okay? Uh, uh, get né, a new habit or I don't remember this word in English, resgate. Uh,
Rescue? I guess.
Resgate, rescue the good, rescue, yes, the good habits that you lost. Okay, for example, read books. Read is very, very good for our mind because the reading, training our mind to focus. Imagine you try read a book for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, 1 hour. Oh, it's impossible. No, no, not impossible. So you can very easy scrolling a screen for 1 hour, okay? 2 hour, 3 hours, okay? So it's important. We are meditation about this because with the how title this subjects said, né? Hot, uh, brain hot, guys. It's true. It's true because when Karina said before too, we feel balance. Uh, you can. Oh, I forgot this word too. Um, if you, just a
Avoid.
second. Avoid, yes, avoid. This word I forgot all the time. Avoid anxious. Avoid another uh, issues that affect the new generation nowadays, my opinion. And that's it, Harley. There are many explanations about this, but in my opinion, change habits it's important to uh, achieve control, balance, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good point. And what about you, Karina? Before to talk with the others, let me know.
I think is use your time wisely. Like to time is a precious thing, and we don't have a lot of time in a day, and we have to stop and think if what I'm doing with my time you lead me to the future that I want. So if I don't use my time to do the things that you help me to get a better future and the future that I desire, I have to stop and to use well my time.
Yeah, that's a good point. You need to take care of your time. You know, we have limited time, and when you think about the amount of hours that I'm spending per day, and you calculate that in 1 month and maybe 1 year, you're gonna realize that it's a lot of time, you know. So it's important to think about that. But yeah, let's move on. So welcome back, guys, to the main room. Let me know what did you think about the immersion, and what was the conversation on the second room. So what did you think, Giovanni? Let me know.
Yeah, we had a good conversation there. I figured out everyone in the second room um, are using Pomodoro as a strategy to keep focus in the main tasks and um, separate a little bit from minutes or time to uh, get entertainment in your social media or something. And yeah, that's it. Was really good. Thank you, guys.
Amazing, amazing. And what about you, Fabio? What did you think about the immersion, the conversation? What was that? Your mic is off.
Sorry.
No
I'm
problem.
like the immersion. I have difficult, but I can try.
Amazing, amazing. And what about you, Aleph? How was the conversation for you?
Feeling I feeling that it was amazing. We can talk about social media, our problems, and we all use Pomodoro, I think. I don't remember if Giovanni uses it. So yeah, we talk about it, and it was amazing.
Awesome, awesome. And what about you, Lucas? Let me know.
Yeah, the same. The conversation was good and very productive. Thank you.
Amazing, amazing, guys. So we don't have time for more questions, but I would like to send here on the chat the link of the survey. This is a normal survey, so you can say what did you think about the immersion, give me some feedbacks, and also suggest other topics that we're gonna talk and you want to talk about, for example. I hope you all enjoyed the conversation, and I hope to see you on the next time as well. Okay, so thank you and bye bye.